The career of Terence Crawford: mastery, adaptation, and greatness. Terence Crawford is widely regarded as one of the most complete and dominant boxers of his generation. Born in Omaha, Nebraska, Crawford rose from a tough upbringing to the pinnacle of professional boxing through discipline, versatility, and relentless determination. Known for his rare ability to switch seamlessly between orthodox and southpaw stances, he combines elite ring IQ with devastating power and precision. Over the course of his career, Crawford has captured world titles across multiple weight divisions, becoming an undisputed champion and consistently proving himself against top-level competition. His resume, marked by high knockout percentages and tactical mastery, has cemented his legacy as a pound-for-pound great and one of the defining fighters of the modern boxing era. Crawford versus Ricky Burns, a breakthrough performance on the world stage. The bout between Terence Crawford and Ricky Burns on March 1, 2014, was a pivotal moment in lightweight boxing and in Crawford's career. Fought for the WBO lightweight title in Glasgow, Scotland, it marked Crawford's first World Championship opportunity, on hostile ground against an experienced champion backed by a passionate home crowd. Despite the pressure, Crawford showed remarkable composure. He controlled distance with sharp footwork and frequent stance switches, disrupting Burns' rhythm and limiting his offense. While Burns displayed toughness, he struggled to adapt to Crawford's movement and precision. After 12 rounds, Crawford earned a unanimous decision victory, becoming the new WBO lightweight champion and announcing himself as a rising global star. Crawford versus Yuriorkis Gamboa, a statement of supremacy. Just months later, Crawford faced Yuriorkis Gamboa on June 28, 2014, in a bout that many believed would define his ceiling as a fighter. Gamboa, an undefeated former Olympic gold medalist, was known for his explosive speed and athleticism. The matchup featured two undefeated fighters and carried significant expectations. Early in the fight, Gamboa's speed posed challenges, but Crawford remained calm and methodical. Using his size, timing, and counterpunching ability, Crawford gradually asserted control. As Gamboa became more aggressive, defensive gaps emerged, and Crawford capitalized with precision and power. Multiple knockdowns shifted momentum decisively, and the fight was ultimately stopped in the 9th round. The technical knockout victory over Gamboa was a major statement, confirming Crawford's legitimacy as an elite fighter and elevating him into pound-for-pound discussions. Crawford versus Victor Postol, mastery on the big stage. Crawford's July 23, 2016 unification bout against Victor Postol represented a critical test at junior welterweight. Postol was tall, technically sound, and dangerous, having previously stopped Lucas Mathesy. However, Crawford neutralized these advantages through superior movement, angles, and timing. The fight's defining moment came in the 5th round when Crawford scored 2 knockdowns with perfectly timed counters. From that point forward, he controlled the fight with discipline and intelligence, earning a clear, unanimous decision. The victory unified the division and established Crawford as the best fighter at 140 pounds. Crawford versus Julius Indongo, undisputed greatness. On August 19, 2017, Crawford faced Julius Indongo with all 4 major world titles on the line. The stakes were historic, and Crawford rose to the occasion in emphatic fashion. From the opening bell, Crawford's superiority was undeniable. Early knockdowns immediately shifted momentum, and his precision and composure never wavered. The fight ended in the 3rd round with a knockout, making Crawford the undisputed junior welterweight champion. The achievement placed him among an elite group of fighters and solidified his standing as one of the sport's very best. Terence Crawford versus Jose Benavidez Jr. Talked tough, got taught. The night Crawford silenced. Benavidez, the October 13, 2018 title defense saw Crawford face a larger, confident Benavidez Jr. Crawford controlled the pace from the start with sharp jabs, precise counters, and smart footwork, consistently beating Benavidez to the punch. Despite Benavidez's pressure and toughness, Crawford remained composed and took over as the fight wore on. In the 12th round, Crawford knocked Benavidez out, sealing a dominant performance that showcased his ability to neutralize aggressive with technique and ring intelligence. Terence Crawford versus Amir Khan, precision over speed. On April 20, 2019, Crawford defended his WBO welterweight title against the speedy Amir Khan. Khan flashed quick combinations early, but Crawford's patience and timing allowed him to land heavier, more accurate shots. In the 6th round, a low blow rendered Khan unable to continue, resulting in a TKO win for Crawford. Despite the controversial ending, Crawford's dominance reinforced his status as a technically superior and dangerous champion. Terence Crawford versus Egidijus, Mean Machine, Kavaliauskas, Resilience and Power. On December 14, 2019, brought Crawford one of his toughest welterweight tests against the relentless Kavaliauskas. Early pressure saw Kavaliauskas land solid shots and even drop Crawford momentarily. Crawford stayed calm, adjusted, and regained control with superior footwork and counters. He broke Kavaliauskas down, scored a 9th round knockdown, and finished with a 10th round TKO. The win highlighted Crawford's resilience, adaptability, and devastating finishing power. Terence Crawford versus Kell Brook, a calculated finish. On November 14, 2020, Crawford faced experienced former champion Kell Brook. Brook boxed patiently early, but Crawford's stance switching and analysis gradually took over. In the 4th round, Crawford landed a clean shot that dropped Brook, then pressed controlled aggression until the referee stopped the fight. The 4th round knockout victory underscored Crawford's patience, power, and ability to capitalize decisively on openings. Terence Crawford versus Shawn Porter, breaking an elite rival. The fight between Terence Crawford and Shawn Porter on November 20, 2021 was a defining moment in Crawford's career. Porter entered as a proven elite welterweight, making the bout a true test of Crawford's place among boxing's best. Porter pressured relentlessly early, but Crawford stayed composed, using sharp counterpunching, footwork, and timing to gain control. The turning point came in the 10th round when Crawford dropped Porter twice with clean counters, forcing his dad to throw the towel. The stoppage of a durable opponent who had never been finished before silenced critics and solidified Crawford's status as an elite welterweight capable of rising to the biggest challenges. Terence Crawford was David Avanesyan, a ruthless return. The bout between Terence Crawford and David Avanesyan on December 10, 2022 marked Crawford's return after a year-long layoff and quickly showcased his elite skill and finishing ability. Crawford controlled the fight from the opening bell with sharp movement, timing and precision, neutralizing Avanesyan's pressure. In the 6th round, he landed a perfectly timed counter right hand that dropped Avanesyan hard, prompting an immediate stoppage. The emphatic knockout reinforced Crawford's status as one of boxing's most dangerous champions and proved he had lost none of his sharpness despite the long layoff. Terence Crawford versus Errol Spence Jr., a night of total dominance. The historic clash between Terence Crawford and Errol Spence Jr. on July 29, 2023 was one of the most anticipated welterweight fights of the modern era, with both undefeated champions putting their titles on the line to determine the division's best. From the opening round, Crawford asserted control with superior timing and precision, dropping Spence in the 2nd and disrupting his rhythm with constant stance switches and sharp counterpunching. As the fight progressed, Crawford's dominance grew as he repeatedly beat Spence to the punch and scored multiple knockdowns. The bout ended in the 9th round when the referee stopped the fight, awarding Crawford a technical knockout. The victory crowned Crawford as the undisputed welterweight champion and cemented his legacy as one of the greatest pound-for-pound fighters of his generation. Terence Crawford versus Israil Madrimov, skill tested at a new weight. The fight between Terence Crawford and Israil Madrimov marked a new challenge as Crawford moved up to junior middleweight in pursuit of another world title. Madrimov's size, strength and awkward style made for a competitive and tactical bout. Crawford relied on his experience, timing and ring intelligence to control key moments, landing the cleaner punches and managing the pace as the fight progressed. While Madrimov remained durable and competitive, Crawford's composure and precision proved decisive. After 12 hard-fought rounds, Crawford won a unanimous decision to claim another world title, further cementing his legacy as one of boxing's most complete and versatile champions. Terence Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez, historic unification at super middleweight. On September 13, 2025, Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez met in one of the biggest boxing events of the decade at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. In a bout for the undisputed super middleweight championship, Crawford, traditionally a smaller fighter who had moved up 2 weight classes, faced Canelo, the reigning unified title holder and one of the sport's biggest stars. From the opening rounds, Crawford used his superior ring generalship, sharp timing, and movement to neutralize Canelo's power and size advantage. Fighting primarily from a southpaw stance, he dictated the pace, landed cleaner punches, and frustrated Alvarez by switching angles and controlling distance. Although some early frames were competitive, Crawford increasingly found success with straight lefts and well-timed counters, particularly as the fight entered the middle and later rounds. Canelo had moments, including bodywork and bursts of offense, but was unable to consistently land signature power shots or slow Crawford's rhythm. Crawford's composure and tactical adjustments, including effective inside work and controlling exchanges, helped him outland Canelo across the championship rounds. After 12 hard-fought rounds, all three judges scored the fight in favor of Crawford, with scorecards reading 116 to 112, 115 to 113, and 115 to 113, giving him a unanimous decision victory. The win not only dethroned Canelo, but made Crawford the undisputed super middleweight champion, a historic achievement as one of the few fighters to claim undisputed titles in 3 weight divisions in the modern era. Crawford's masterful performance against one of boxing's most accomplished champions was widely praised, and is viewed as one of the defining moments of his career, solidifying his legacy as one of the best pound-for-pound fighters of his generation. The legacy of Terence Crawford. As the final bell echoes on a remarkable journey, the career of Terence Crawford stands as a testament to mastery, resilience, and earned greatness. From Omaha to the world stage, he didn't just win championships, he redefined what it means to be complete inside the ring. Across divisions, Crawford faced elite opposition with calm confidence, adapting and dominating whenever the challenge grew. His ability to think, adjust, and execute at the highest level set him apart, turning skill into legacy. More than titles or records, Terence "Bud" Crawford leaves behind a standard of excellence, a champion of his era, a master of the craft, a name forever etched in boxing history.